We got people falling into the Grand Canyon, idiots. Tell you a story. I've been up Half Dome in Yosemite several times. But I first went out when I was 14. But every time there's all these daredevils that like to get close to the edges. It sickens me. I have to turn away when I see that. People want a photo shoot up right on the ledge of a rock, and I can't even look at these people. If you go up Half Dome, you go up the backside of the mountain, there's cables, so it's not like you're actually a mountain climber, but it's pretty damn steep. If you ever passed out, you're dead because you got to hang on, man. You're hanging on to cables going up there. So, but anyhow, I can't stand watching these people, these daredevils, because I do have a fear of heights, and I just learned recently that this girl I'm in love with, she also had Richie Valens. Richie Valens had a bad premonition because there's good premonitions. I'm talking about this premonition of this lady coming to me in a dream. Well, that's all true. She brushed up. I'll never forget the time we spent together. It was her. It was her. I've identified her. That never happened to me before in my life. That's why I get giddy about it, because it's just, wow, man, that's her. Just the sweetest female, feminine thing brushing up against me, and my body and soul quivered. I mean, with the light, it's just, but it was her. And I lost my train of thought there. But I was thinking, yeah, she's got a fear of heights too, and I found out recently. But she'll still fly. I know she still flies on planes, and I'll fly again with her by my side. I don't mind going into eternity with her, holding her hand. I'm fine with that. But that's it. That's the only way you get me on a plane without an ejection seat. Private jet, I'll do that without with an ejection seat. But especially if I could control the thing. If I'm flying the thing, I'm all right, But I don't like the idea of being at mercy of the pilots. And once that thing starts going down, you got a couple of minutes in order to. No, I had recurring dreams about that, and they weren't very good. It's just a scary thought, having all that time to think about just slamming into the ground of the ocean. They should put parachutes on even the jumbo jets. They put parachutes on all of them, man. Let them float to the ground. Look at parachutes. They already put them on small planes. Why can't they do them on big planes? They could have ejection seats for all the passengers. Synchronistically let them jump, start at the back of the plane, and everybody parachutes out, and you got life preservers, the whole bit. So land gently to the ground with supplies and everything. I mean, that's what we could. Oh, but it'll cost money. So it's all about money, right? Not lives. We don't care. Oh, lives. Lives. Human lives, dime a dozen. But money, no, not. Okay, my friends. I am on to some. Let's see. I'll finish the thoughts I had. Starting from last week. I strongly contend the idea of human equality is not fanciful, but rather factual. Are not all humans God-like creatures? Would God create us of unequal worth? Then what attitude, what beliefs regarding human equality is most logical and by extension factual to prescribe to? Obviously, we should all believe, as does God, that, of course, we are all equal in reality. That is the only reality that counts. Listening to Journey, feeling that way. Quick story here. I knew a guy named Brett Valerie. In fact, he's close friends with a childhood friend of mine in Santa Cruz Mountains, in Felton specifically. But his parents, I knew his parents. And the thing is that Brett Valerie, we call him Big Hippie. He was a brother to Ross Valerie. Ross Valerie was a bass player or is still, I think to this day, in the group Journey. So that's one, I guess, sort of famous, proxy famous guy that I'm friends with. So, brother to a member of the band Journey. You know, I mentioned all those things we should cherish, things that we wouldn't pay for any amount of money, and I'm sticking to that. You know, and one thing I wouldn't trade for any amount of money in the whole world is to be a devout adherent to egalitarian principles and precepts and beliefs, because it comforts me greatly to be a best friend to everybody. Okay, and that is the only way I can do it, is just believing in full equality and universal freedom for everybody. All the same things I want for myself and my family, my children, my friends, I want for you, friend. That's it. Everybody. I mean, I'm talking to anybody. I don't care. Enemies, what did Jesus say about enemies and evildoers? Repent or perish. I mean, that's it. Look what you're losing. Look what you're giving up. You can have the same gifts and rewards. I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've lived in debauchery. It's like a dark room. You know, you flick on a light and you dispel the darkness. It's that easy to jump off the highway to hell and into the highway to heaven, man, to a perfect world. That's the promise. Imperishable bodies, the whole bit, new age, the renewal of all things, man. It's going to be bliss day in, day out, forevermore, man. I just want the girl of my dreams by my side. I love you, Lauren. God, she's so sweet. God, she's so awesome. I can't imagine a prettier girl. For me, she's just the perfect. I want her so much. But I may never get her. I mean, I might be dead tomorrow. She might be dead. Who knows? But God, I just hope so. I hope so. God knows that's true. I am so stuck on this chick, man. She is so sweet. She's so fine. And like I said, I've been trying to find some faults with her, but I can't, man. I want her so much. I want to hold her so much, man. I can't stop thinking about her. I'm totally obsessed, but you know what? I'm going to let it go because I'm going to be fine. I've got a good life. I've had a good life. I'm having a good life. I just want to add her to it. That's all. And only want to take as much time as she can afford to give. And I just want to be a total blessing. I just want to take a very happy gal and make her just a little happier. Just give her whatever that thing is that women want from a man. That's all. That's all I want to do. I just want her life to be better. We could have some fun, man. We'd take her to Santa Cruz, man. Go out to the wharf where I used to work, wash dishes, to put gas in my 65 Mercury Comet. I'd still have that car. 4 on the floor, 289 V8 engine. Dual exhaust, glass packs, 4-barrel Holley carburetor. Oh, man, I used to beat the hell out. I used to race around that thing. But if I knew what I had then, I'd still have that car. But take her out to the wharf and buy her dinner and lunch, whatever, and maybe a margarita. Take her downtown and show her around. And maybe get a piece of pizza at Pizza My Heart. They make the best pizza. They need another restaurant, though. Last time I was there, man, that place was just jam-packed. It got a reputation. Delicious thin crust pizza, pesto pizza. Oh, my gosh, smothered with pesto. Delicious. We could have some fun. Introduce her to some of my childhood friends. God. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the fun we could have, sweetheart. I love her so much. God, I love her. God, I love her. Okay, some more thoughts. Understanding the machinations of basic economic principles is as easy as understanding the physics, the mechanics of a classic weight scale. Imagine that the scale like this, that one, that's the classic weight scale I'm referring to. Imagine that the cost of living is on one side of the scale and the worth of your money on the other side. As the cost of living rises unnaturally, on purpose that is, so that in order to thieve, it's anti-capitalistic, it's anti-supply and demand, then the side with the worth of your money is forced down as an effective means of stealthily thieving from the working class. That's the monsters running America and the world. That is the illegitimate rulers that keep doing this. Right. I mean, that's it. They debase our currency through this, not even a hidden tax anymore. People are figuring out that the cost of living, if you've got to pay it to survive, to continue existing, is a very real tax. It's just as onerous and burdensome as any government tax. I mean, these are words. Who's the government? The only legitimate one is you and me. We're the government, we the people, constitutionally speaking.